Hola amigos, Brian Evans here. NFL Week 15 main slate is on the horizon, which means it's time to bring the noise. Going to be on here for the next several minutes answering your pressing fantasy football and sports betting needs. If you got any hot plays for me, go ahead and feed me. If you got any questions for me as well, drop them into the comments. You see the three different ways to get a hold of me below via Facebook at Yahoo Noise, on Twitch, on the Big Noise 78 channel, or on YouTube and Fade the Noise. Subscribe now. I'm also going to be doing the Bleacher Report Sunday stream with my buddy Tank Williams coming up here at noon Eastern time. And the only way you can get a hold of us is if you download the Bleacher Report app on your cellular device. Fire that sucker up, and you can see Tank and I an animated picture and sound. We're going to be giving our booms, busts, and bank picks from every single game today. And of course, trying to hold your hand through the first round of the fantasy playoffs. If you're one of those sickos that waits to week 18, the bitter end, do better because guys are going to sit. Never, ever extend your fantasy playoffs and have that championship, at least my opinion, into week 18. But I know there's a lot on your mind. We got a lot of weather impacts that are going on right now in the world of fantasy football. And I am here to help because I am a man of the people. Just a friendly reminder, make sure you subscribe to the Fade at 5 podcast. I do it every Monday, Thursday, and Friday during the football season with my buddy Nathaniel Lundy, the good sir. Get it wherever you download your podcast and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Again, there at the bottom of your screen. Pop it back up. There it is. At Fade the Noise, you can watch that show in animated picture and sound as well. But enough of the promotions. Let's go ahead and get after it here with some of my favorite player props of the day. And I'm looking at my wounds right now. It was a good day in college basketball yesterday, so way to go, especially in the nighttime slate. Bravo. Everything actually made sense and went through for your boys. So we're back in a positive territory, kind of chipping away throughout the entire week. Not the same story, however, in the NFL. The Michael Pittman injury, and it was clearly a dastardly move there by the Pittsburgh defender and why he got kicked out of the game. But that ruined me. It really kind of set me on a course. Really, Thursday night's debacle there in Vegas for the LA Chargers set the course the entire week. I was down like 5 units after that week. We lost like 3 more units yesterday, but today's a brand new day. The sun rose in the east here in Central Illinois, which means I have opportunities to climb out of the hole. So please, gambling gods, please be kind to thee. I beg you. And one other thing, too, happy holidays to you and yours. I hope you're enjoying it. The libations are flowing. Mama Evans hooked me up with a gigantic 10 of cookies, which I put up on the Instagram and on the X at Noisy Huevos yesterday. So I'm definitely going to add a roll or 3, to say the least. All right, let's go ahead and get into some of my favorite player props of NFL Week 15 on this Sunday. Brandon Ayukin. Hanukin for you old school fans of Sega Genesis and Streets of Rage. But I think Brandon Ayuk, 67.5 receiving yards. I'll play that over against the Desert Birds of Arizona. Best odds right now in the business available at FanDuel at -110. Brandon Ayuk absolutely torch Keitrell Clark the first time that they met earlier this season. Clark, by the way, giving up a 72.5 catch percentage and 114.9 passer rating to his assignments. In that matchup back in week 4, Ayuk went for 148 yards. Now, I'm not necessarily saying he's got a match of that explosive output, but I think he's got to be rock solid as a rock for you old school fans there of the R&B. I think he's got to get north of this number. If you want to play this up in the escalator odds market, I'd play this sucker up to like 89.5 and get that a significant plus money if you do. at the various sports books that are out there. Give me a little bit more background. Arizona, number 31 in pass EPA defense on the year. They've allowed the 10th most wide receiver yards as well. And again, Ayuk, one of the best in business getting downfield. Number 13 in ADOT, that stands for average depth of target. Shout out to Mike Clay, who invented that. Number 2 in yards per route run among all eligible wide receivers, and seeing a healthy targets per game as well of 6.8. He's been over this number 6 times this season, making a lucky number 7. I think he eclipses 67 and a half receiving yards down there in the Sonoran Desert. Numero dos here on this abbreviated countdown that I always do every single Sunday. Oh, I am a sledgehammering Jerome Ford and rev the engine. I wrote about this and posted it a couple of days ago on the Yanks at Noisy Huevos. Absolutely adore this prop, and I think he's back in RB2 material today. And what could be a kind of a wet environment there in Cleveland. Winds will be a little bit blustery, but not too bad. Not enough, I think, to really impact that game. Not like what we're going to see in Charlotte between the Carolina Panthers and Atlanta Falcons. That one will actually have some major weather impacts, in my opinion. Been tweeting all that information. And you might say, well, Evans, how do you know stuff about weather? I have an advanced degree from Mississippi State in geoscience, master's, as a matter of fact, with an emphasis in meteorology. So I've been poring over the charts, the data, the info, reading the meteorological discussions there at NOAA, and just looking at the plain Jane radar. And we got a major storm system, and it's impacting the East Coast. It's going to be moving up the eastern seaboard throughout the day. If you're on the back end of it, that's where the winds are really going to wrap around and come into play. So at game start, the winds may not be that bad in Charlotte, but conditions are expected to deteriorate as it goes on. I think the rains are potentially going to be moderate to heavy throughout the entire game. There could be upwards of 1.5 inches of rainfall just during the course of the game. And then he got sustained winds of 15 to 20 miles an hour. At peak, probably about mid-game, with gusts up to 35. So some wind-driven rain, got a quagmire there at Bank of America Stadium. So as a result, I think there's going to be impacts in the game. But I digress on Ford. Again, I wrote about this yesterday. And, the line has jumped. I grabbed it at plus 100, even money when this opened earlier this week. That's why I got to get in the door early, because the juice often sways, especially when idiots like me write about it. But Ford has been kind of the apple of Joe Flacco's eye. Last 3 games, he has gone 16 targets, 12 catches, and 78 yards in total. On air 3 grabs, averaging a 15.8 routes per game. Yeah, he's only got a 70 flat catch percentage, but the Bears are number 27 in pass EPA defense, and they just refuse to defend the short field against pass catching running backs. They're giving us 6.1 receptions per game and 57.5, the most receiving yards in the league to RB. So I think Jerome Ford, vroom, vroom, got to rev the engine there as a pass catching running back. Minus 140 juice, still buyable. If you want to parlay that with something else, get a simple 2-legger, throw in an SGP. Certainly support that to reduce the juice so you can get seduced by that juice. Elsewhere, numero uno on the board. Yeah, Atlanta, Carolina. As I mentioned, Mother Nature is going to be nasty. It's going to be gnarly. And you might say, well, Evans, weather is always overblown. It's overrated, bro. There's a lot of evidence out there that suggests in extreme circumstances, it does play an influential factor. I tweeted out an article that Covers.com wrote a couple of years ago describing all of that, and I thought it was very well done. When you have significant precip during the course of a game, and in this case, it's going to be of the liquid variety with temps being in the mid-upper 50s, you get about a 12% reduction in passing output across the board. That may not seem like a lot, but when you throw in the wind impacts, and again, this is going to be kind of a soaking rainfall event in Charlotte, all that spells out is ground and pound. And when you got a guy like Bijan Robinson, you got Tyler Algier, you can do that all day long, because that is the MO in 75 and completely sunny conditions with no weather impacts, no wind impacts. That is the MO of the Atlanta Falcons. So as a result, I think Bijan Robinson over 64.5 rush yards. My favorite play, bar none, right now all the day, though. I love Jerome Ford's over on catches as well. And I grabbed this 64.5 at DraftKings, and I think MGM is offering it as well. You can bet on which runner will have the most yards on the ground in the game. And I grabbed it yesterday at plus money, plus 105. So to be able to play Bijan that way, again, I would slap me on the ass and certainly support and say get the game there. But, look at Bijan Robinson. All Arthur Smith has to do is feed him the damn rock. It's utterly ridiculous that he kind of reverted, Smith did last week, to what Bijan did earlier this season, which was not a whole lot of touches on the ground. He only had 10 rush attempts. But in the 3 games prior to last week, he went 16 or more rush attempts. And given the scenario and the conditions at play here, you would expect that to be the case today. Carolina dead last in rush EPAD in the league, 4.53 yards per carry allowed, 109.2 rush yards per game allowed, just to the running back position. 4 running backs gone over this number against them this season. Bijan has gone over this, as a matter of fact, 8 times, and he's also number 13 in total yards created. So, throughout the first matchup, all the way back in week 1, we all may or may not remember that, and I don't remember it fondly. That was the game that Bijan only got 10 rush attempts again, and Tyler Algier got the lion's share. I think both these guys are going to be busy in this contest, so you might want to keep an eye open for the Tyler Algier props when they surface. But Bijan is bar none my favorites on that over rush yards, minus 115 at BetMGM, or for him to lead the game again in ground yards and get that plus money at a couple of books. And always shop around, shop. That's what you got to do in the betting market to try to maximize the opportunities and juice that is out there. Again, I'm going to be answering your questions. Could be betting. Could be related to some of the prop games that are out there. Could be DFS related. If you want to go that route, that's fine by me. Although I don't play DFS anymore because I have legalized betting here in the ILL. Be Colgate today, Illinois, in the state of the land of Lincoln. But regardless, you got fantasy football questions. First round of the fantasy playoffs, your nerves are high. I'm here to help. I'm going to give you my opinion. It's probably going to be wrong, so you might want to fade the noise. There are 3 different ways to get a hold of me. Facebook at Yahoo Noise, on the Twitch at Big Noise 78, or on YouTube in the Fade the Noise channel. And subscribe now to the Fade 5 podcast. Wherever you download to get your podcast, watch live online every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central, noon Eastern time on the Bally Sports RSNs or on Stadium. You can stream the show as well, absolutely free. You don't have to log in or do anything at watchstadium.com/live. Watchstadium.com/live. Again, live online, noon Eastern time, Monday through Friday. My esteemed co-hosts here, Cameron Smith and Danny Kleppinger. All right. And also don't forget to, Tank Williams and I going to be taking to the Bleacher Report Sunday Stream Spectacular. I've coined it. Booms, busts, and bank selections from every single game and your gaming questions only on the Bleacher Report app starting at noon today. In about 45 minutes. All right, let's go ahead and get after here with your comments and questions. And batting a leadoff today, somebody named Tom joined. Way to go, Tom. Congratulations. Who else joined? Jake, yes. Welcome. Joe, hey, how you doing? CJ, yeah, same to you as well. So we got 4 notes about people that joined. If you got a joint and you want to pass along, I'll take a toke. Anyway, let's go to Malcolm. Flex question, ETN, Zay Flowers, James Cook, Jerome Ford. All interesting and fascinating options here. Travis Etienne shook the lion's share of the touches, though the matchup not the greatest as the Jacksonville Jaguars in the prime time. Lions taking on the Baltimore Ravens, who've done a tremendous job for the most part defending the run. Zay Flowers got a very good matchup, but I typically err on the side of the running back position, Cook or Ford. I am ever going to go slightly with Jerome Ford here in this equation because, again, Bears dynamite defending the run this season. That is the strength of this defense. They're top 3 in rush EPAD, but I think Ford could do some damage as a receiver. I would not be at all remotely shocked if he caught a touchdown today. And then weather will play a minor factor in that one. The crutch I'm going to lean on here is Travis Etienne. James Cook is a close third, and Zay Flowers is last. So that's the way that I'm ranking it. Good luck to you there, Malcolm. The only son, hola, amigo, hola to you. I need to play 2.5 point PPR. Calvin Ridley, Jaden Reed, yes, and please. Walker or Achane if he plays. Achane's such a risk, and it's not a great matchup against the Jets because, maybe could aggravate the toe injury and the exit stage left. See Tyreek Hill last week with the ankle. And then you're screwed royally. Kenneth Walker, the over on his prop right now, all the books is only 47.5 rush yards. It's the Eagles. Their biggest strength is defending the run. Not a fan there. Jaden Reed is in. And I'm probably going to go with Calvin Ridley, believe it or not, as the second option there. Far more upside with those two guys compared to the downside of the other two. Good luck to you. Phil's 215. Hola, amiga. Good morning. Buenos tardes or dias or whatever it is. I took 4 years of Spanish. I have no idea what morning is. I have a bye week thanks to you, sir. No, it's all because of you. You're the one that presses the button. You make the decisions. I just give an opinion. Sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong. That's why I always say fade or follow. That is up to you. I need to cut one in a PPR. Demario Douglas, Tyler Boyd, Zay Jones, Deonta Foreman, Ty Chandler, or Gus the Bus. It's probably Zay Jones. And, number 2 for me would be Tyler Boyd, one of those two. But Jones or Boyd, they get the axe. They ones hang on to him. Joker says for week 16, Bills D versus LAC or the Broncos defense versus New England. Already trying to get a step ahead, I see. And thank you for giving me the matchups because I have no idea who's playing who yet. I have to dump the information after today, collect the new information as of tomorrow, and then I will start the assessment process as I go through it. Really, everybody does in the fantasy betting industries every single week. How could you go against anybody who's playing LAC right now? It's Buffalo, unrivaled, unquestioned. Easton Stick was a broken piece of trash. I mean, he was just garbage. The reason why the axe came down so harshly and severed the necks of Staley and so many is because that was an embarrassing deep panting on national streaming television on Thursday night. I still can't get that out of my head. Yeah, I had the under in that game. Thought I was going to hit. And then alone, the Raiders doubled that number up with a franchise record 63. Oh, what a thucket. Gambling. Malcolm says Ingram or Goddard. I am going to go ever so slightly in here to Dallas Goddard. I think Dallas Goddard got a game under his belt now, knocking off the rust, the dust. I think he's going to have a solid performance. And I'll be honest with you. I am in like a 50-50 split affair in the first round of my fantasy playoffs. It is going to be tight. I am going to be sweating like a madman. I have Dallas Goddard in my lineup. Oh, baby, I need you. So let's double down. Give me Big D, hopefully, in Dallas there. Gary says Tua or Murray. Tua's going to have some wind impacts in that game. We don't know what Tyreek Hill's going to play. I don't have any inside information. I'm not confident he's going to play or not play. I have no idea. And will he play the full game? I have no idea. Same with Devon Achane. We don't know if he's going to play the entire game. And you look at the matchup, too. It's who? Oh, yeah, the Jets, who were top 10 in pass EPA defense. The strength, obviously, is defending the pass. They've got some offensive line issues due to injuries. There's a lot of downside there, too. I know the matchup sucks for the Dachshund of the desert there, but Murph, he might earn his sausages a little bit more. So give me Kyler. Justin says Alvin Kamara over his receiving yards. What is the number? I was looking actually to bet on receptions in the alt market, and that wasn't available. I would play that up. It's probably going to be in the low 30s, would be my guess. Against the G-Men, the Giants are actually kind of showing up defensively right now. A.J. Dillon had a really long catch last week. I tell you what, I would play it up to like 35.5, 36.5, and that's it. That'd be the cutoff. I don't have any money on Alvin Kamara props today. I think there are stronger options in the market. The X, where I'm always trying to give it to you there, at Noisy Huevos. If you want to get my full spreadsheet picks, but again, I'm down 8 units, so take it with the entire mine of salt there. But yeah, there you go. Mid-30s, Alvin Kamara. I play the over up there. If it's higher than that, I avoid. Evan says, need 2 at a PPR. Chris Olave, full-blown game-time decision. Chris Godwin, full-blown game-time decision. Good luck. McKinnon, Zay Jones. If he's in the lineup, Olave. And I go with McKinnon number 2 no matter what. And obviously, if Godwin is in, I would go Godwin over Olave. I mean, you got a lot of question marks here, Evan. But I would rank it, assuming they play, Olave, McKinnon, Godwin, Zay Jones. There you go. Nurkos, hola, amigo, hola. PPR, Jerome Ford, Zay Jones, Adam Thielen. You have me at Jerome Ford. Again, I wrote all the reasons why I think he's going to hit the over. I know it's a low threshold. It's got a minor impact for fantasy, but it does impact your PPR notions. And that is Ford getting at least 3 grabs. And again, I think there is a decent chance he's going to find the end zone via the air. That's my pick. Matt says Fields, Murray, or Flacco. It's still Fields. This could be a heavy run game for him. This could be like a season high. It could be 13, 14, 15 rush attempts. Maybe somebody way did to Detroit not long ago. Does that entice you? Is that sexy? I'm aroused just thinking about it. Chris says flex question, Taysom or CEH? I go Taysom Hill. Jesse says, hola, Brad, need a defense. Saints or Browns, need a quarterback. Fields or Howell. I'm going to go. New Orleans got so many injuries, and it's me. It's Tommy DeVito. He's all the rage, all the story. No sacks from the Packers last week. So strange. Slight lean in New Orleans. I don't feel great about it. Need a quarterback. Definitely go still Fields over Howell. But I think both are going to be top 10 plays and comparable there. That's how I ranked him this week. Ryan says, hola, amigo, PPR, Dalton Kincaid or Waller if he plays. Waller, there's probably a lot of accumulated rust there. And I know, New Orleans got myriad injuries impacting that team, but I go Dalton Kincaid. Addison always got a hockey gift. This is a man that is a faithful subscriber of the Fade 5, always comments, and we appreciate your business there, Addison, and a man that knows far more about hockey than I do. That's why he's breaking out the daddy want, daddy need, daddy gotta have it. Ottawa, Las Vegas. He's going with a gift at minus 150, and it gives you a reason why. I'll tail him. Sure, why not? I know nothing about hockey. Good luck to you. Malcolm says, Taysom or Kincaid. Already answered that. J Red says, I'm from PA and going to the Carolina game. I can't beat tickets for 40 cents. Is that real? That's unbelievable. I know, like, either team said, hey, it's football. Wear a poncho, man, or rubber, just, encase yourself in it so you can just wick off the rain that is falling. Good luck to you. Don't drown. T-Bone Smith, Flacco or Kyler Murray. I'll go Kyler there. Again, the scoring duality, so much of an upside. Jeremy says Mike Evans must come back to life today, right? He should. Although he's an Evans, he's my cousin. Maybe I'm letting him down. Malcolm says Zeke or ETN. I'm going to go Zeke there. Hey, Zeke can have a sneaky good game. You look at Kansas City, they're number 30 in rush EPA defense in the season. Really been on the struggle bus there. Hockey Nut 41, full point PBR and E2, Bijan, Kamara, ETN. Also, Falcons or Saints. I'm going to go with the Falcons again because the conditions are going to wreak havoc. I truly believe that. And it's not much of a really selling point here going against Bryce Young, who's a guy that is prone to mistakes. Bijan's in as a result of that too. And I'm going to go Alvin Kamara over Etienne. Good luck to him. Corey says PPR, Hill or Thomas at tight end. Give me Taysom. Jeremy says that Street Fighter, Ken Ryu Fireball. Yeah, Street Fighter. That's right. Okay, not Streets of Rage. That's what I said. Yeah, so I stand corrected. Hadouken! Yeah, okay. I knew it was that era. I was mixing up games in my head. Aubrey says, hola, Brad. Half point PBR need 2 wide receivers and a flex. Puka, Moore, Metcalf, James Cook. Puka's in. Really good chance he's got to find the end zone. That game has got a lot of shootout appeal. I'm assuming that's not Elijah Moore. That's DJ Moore. I still go DK Metcalf as a second option there. Steve says, hola, sir. Urla to you. Full point PBR, Clyde, Kincaid, Singletary, and Noah Brown. Don't get too cute with it with Noah Brown. Give me Dalton Kincaid. Also, will you be doing AMAs next 2 weeks since they're Xmas Eve and New Year's Eve? New Year's, I don't give two craps about. I'm 45 years old. All right. I don't want another year to go by. Come on, man. So yes, I will do one on New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve. Yes, I will tentatively be doing them because I'm right here at Costa Evans. I'm not going anywhere, and I got to work anyway. So whatever. I don't rest. I don't stop. I don't quit. Tequila's there in the freezer, waiting for me after the show. Ezekiel says Jets or Baltimore defense. Oh man, this is actually kind of tough, especially with Tua and the offensive line issues in Miami. Give me the Jets. Addison's Hadouken. Yeah, there you go. See, Gypsy Queen, Geno Smith or Jordan Love. Geno is questionable. We'll see if he plays. Given the fact that this game is later, no, thank you. Bird in hand, Jordan Love. Good luck, Gypsy. Hola, amigo from Sean. A half point PPR flex need one. Tony Pollard or Zeke Elliott. I'm going to go slight lean here to Zeke Elliott. Also a tight end, either Ingram or Isaiah Likely. Isaiah Likely for me. 7 of my 7 season-long teams made the playoffs. Bravo. Well done. I can't brag like that. I cut way back in fantasy for like the first time in 20 years. Because why? Gambling. And I needed a lot of time to do other things. But yeah, it's been kind of up and down for me as always. Ahoy, mate, from Scott. Pop Douglas or Juan Dale. Give me DeMario. Although I think both are comparable options. Tua or Murray. Kyler Murray for me, Gary. Hi, Joel. That is a former Major League pitcher, Joel Pinheiro, stopping by, saying hi. A guy that used to have my fantasy team back in the day when he was with the M's. Some of the best seasons of his career. And Joel will tell you, of his lifetime. Welcome to the program, my friend. Lamont says, should I start the Cowboys defense? Well, what are the other options? Any other options? I don't feel great about Dallas today. I think Buffalo's going to win this game straight up. That is not remotely a hot take. And unfortunately, there are a lot of people who have a similar take. Cece says, hola, Senor Brett. Ford or Reed instead of Chuba and a full PPR flex. Jaden Reed is tempting. Oh, so tempting. AJ Dillon, I'll be surprised if he plays. Sounds like Aaron Jones is going to go, but Reed will get some touches on the ground on that end around game. It'll be a busy man through there. I think he honestly has the highest floor of all these guys. So I go Reed, Chuba, and Ford, although Chuba and Ford like 2A, 2B. Falcons or Saints defense, give me the ATL. Buenos dias, amigo. Buenos dias, Joel. Sean says, QB question, Flacco. I have Geno Smith, lock for Monday nights. Muchas gracias. I still go with Joe Flacco there. Kevin says, Zeke, Cook, or Pollard, please. Give me Zeke. To Kevin there, Roger says, Merry Xmas, Brad. Happy holidays to you, my friend. Hola, need one full point PPR. Jaden Reed, Beckham, James Conner. Interesting question. Again, highest floor, probably going to be Jaden Reed here. Highest ceiling, probably Odell Beckham. And they got middleman there, James Conner. So I go with the Reed. Ezekiel says, who's going to win, Atlanta or Carolina? I'm going to still take the ATL. Better ground attack there. Grant Sambo says, Goddard or likely in a PPR. Oh, man. Oh, lucky 7 situation. I'm feeling this. Again, I need Goddard to show the frick up and perform. I need like 10 fantasy points out of him. I have a really stone cold chance of winning, advancing on my next round. So my heart is saying Goddard. My brain is saying Isaiah Likely. And I'm going to go with Likely. McBride or Likely at tight end. I like McBride here ever so slight in a full point PPR. Why? Scoreboard chasing. I think Arizona's going to be down. It's likely going to be significant in the second half. Who else do the Arizona Cardinals have? Yes, I know Hollywood Brown is healthy. He's going to play. Yes, I know Michael Wilson is going to play as well. But, man, tunnel vision. That's what Kyler has for Trey McBride. Go with the Bridezilla. Stacy says, do you think Bryce Young will attempt 28 passes a game? No, I don't. Maybe he'll attempt 8. You know, if the weather is as bad as the models are suggesting, and I think it will be that case. I mean, it's day of. We're literally like hours away from that game kicking off. He may not throw a whole lot. That could be like a throwback leather helmet, ground and pound all day kind of game. Dak or Fields consider the gale warning in Cleveland and rain in Buffalo. Again, this could be a very heavy Fields run game. I bet on it. I took the over on rush attempts, took the over rush yards as a result. Rushing TD, I would support it. I did not actually bet on that, but anytime touchdown for Justin Fields, not a bad investment, in my opinion. And it's moderate. It's very light rain in Buffalo. I don't think it's going to be all that impactful. It's not snow. Ain't that big of a deal. I am going to go ever so slightly there with Dak Prescott. I think they're very close there. Good morning, bro. If Olave is out, put in Noah Brown or Elijah Moore or Zay Jones. Pick one. Probably Noah Brown. I don't feel great about it. Amanda says JSN or Devonta. Oh, that's not Devontae Foreman. Should be Devonta Foreman. I'm going to go Devonta Foreman. Played over 50% of the snaps, I think, in 3 of his last 4 games. Chris says, who should I roll the dice with, Dallas or Texans, D? Not the Texans. I go Dallas. Honestly, if Atlanta's available, go pick them up. Matt says, Superflex, PPR, Case Keenum or Waddle. Always in quarterback there. Go Case Keenum. A guy's got a lot of experience. Number of starts under his belt. He's got some decent weapons that are healthy. I know Nico is out, but still, I like him a little bit more in a PPR setting, even a Superflex. Steve says, one more, por favor. Chiefs D or Rams D? The Rams may give up like 25. That game could be like 35-30. I'll go Chiefs. Chiefs says, or Chris says, Foreman or Zach Charbonnet. Deonta Foreman for me. Chris says, Nakua or Devontae Smith. Puka Nakua, please. Poor Dutch boy. Have any confidence in Saints D today? Yeah, some confidence. Now, look, I'm a Tommy DeVito fanboy. I don't have Italian in my blood, but I do love the man a lot because he played where? Oh, yeah. ILL. That's right, baby. Chase Brown looked good again yesterday. I mean, they're decent. Again, it's all about the Giants and the performance of that offensive line. Can they keep his jersey clean? Anyone's best guess. Opposing team I'm against played Raiders D, so I am chasing points. Yeah, I mean, if you're chasing points, it's an upside play there. By the way, if you are digging this broadcast, give me a thumbs up. Give me some kind of emoji. You can use a middle finger emoji. I don't care. Just do something. Give me some feedback. I only got like 7 likes. Hook it up, folks. Chris says, thanks. Hey, you're welcome. Kevin says, Reed or McBride. Oh, man, this is tight. Jaden Reed, barely. Kincaid or Hill, pick one from Chris. Is that Tyreek or Taysom? I'm guessing it's Taysom and not Tyreek. I'm going to go Taysom Hill. Tony says Achan or CEH. Got it. Well, you can kind of wait this thing out. I go Achan if he is active. If not, then obviously get your pivot point. There you go. Ezekiel says, you think Arizona Cardinals will lose by 14? Entirely doable. And will Miami beat the Jets by 10? No. I actually kind of like the Jets to cover that. Again, the wins are going to play somewhat of a factor there. That offensive line is a mess right now for Miami. We'll see if Tyreek goes. Even if he is active, is he going to play the full game? Anyone's best guess. Josh says Kyler or Tua. I'm going to go Kyler. Chris says Chris Olave is out. Oh, Jesus. I got to pivot and set a lineup now. That fantasy playoff matchup. I have Chris Olave. My pivot is David Njoku in the flex. Get to him, Flack. I might have to do some detective work and try to find a flyer on waivers. AMG official says Rashid Shaheed or Thielen. I want nothing to do with a passing attack in that Carolina Atlanta game. Give me Shaheed. J Red says Tua or is hurt so good. Come on, Jalen, make it hurt so good. Yeah, he is going to be active for that game, so I'm playing Jalen Hurts. Dave says PPR need one, Jaden Reed, Evan Ingram, or Calvin Ridley. It's Jaden Reed for me. Close number 2 there is Evan Ingram. Thanks for everything. Thank you, Nurkos, for joining and watching. A says Taysom Hill or McBride. McBride, barely. DC Tommy D. Hey, it's me. It's Tommy DeVito. Or Fields versus the Browns, scoring either a run or pass touchdown. Again, as I mentioned, Fields, decent chance for him to find the end zone on the ground. DeVito, wild card. Heisen says, best in the biz. I'm just happy to be employed. Sauce King says, you're the man. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Aubrey says, Jerome Ford or James Conner at RB2. That is Jerome Ford for me. Aloha, Brett. Aloha. I need to come to Hawaii. I miss it. Miss the Mai Tais there at the Royal Hawaiian on Waikiki Beach. Oh, so tasty. The scenery is so breathtaking. Browns or Ravens, Dave. Mercy, dude. I am going to go Cleveland, barely. Bob says Goddard or Njoku. I'm going to have to play both of them. It sounds like now. But I'm going to go Goddard over Njoku. Evan says, may have missed your answer earlier. Need to start 2 with Olave out. Godwin, McKinnon, Zay Jones. Again, it's Godwin. It's McKinnon for me. And you got to assume that Godwin's active in his own right. Goddard or Njoku. Again, Goddard. Jay says DJ Moore or Rishi Rice. I'm going to go Rice over DJ. And Grant Sambo says Dobbs or McKinnon in a PPR if Tyreek and Achane can't go. Give me McKinnon. He's got a pretty viable role as a pass catcher in the red zone. You can't run on the Patriots, but, working outside the tackle box is a dump-off option with Mahomes scooting around, Booty scooting around. Maybe it dumps off to him for 6. Just woke up, Saul Hurts is sick. He's allegedly going to play. Play Murray or pick up Mariota as a backup. You could pick up Mariota as a backup option just in case, but the expectation, I saw a report on my phone that the expectation is going to play. Bears or Cleveland, D? Go Cleveland. Joined. Welcome, Adam. Pick AD, KC, Atlanta, or Cleveland. Give me the ATL. Peace to you, Brian. Tyreek, question. I don't know if he's going to play. I'm doing the broadcast. I'm not seeing any of the latest news reports. If you guys are getting the information, go ahead and pass it on to me. But will he survive the game? That's the question. Grant says, Achane is now officially active. Okay, great. Again, another guy. Will he survive the entire game with that toe? I don't know. Bill says, PPR, Gabe Davis, Curtis Samuel, or Waddle. I like Samuel here as a sleeper option. A lot of people are just joining the broadcast. I guess it's a new option here on StreamYard. If you join the broadcast, it shows up that you joined. Whatever. KW3, McKinnon, Singletary pick 2. Williams far and away leader of that pack. McKinnon's my second option. Evan says, Hurts is truly questionable tomorrow now traveling, not trying with the team. Oh, great. Okay, well, pick up Mariota as a backup just in case. Welcome to the opening round of the fantasy playoffs. December football. Ain't it the greatest? Drives me crazy. Tyreek is inactive. Thank you, Grant. I appreciate that. So no Tyreek. There it is. Tyreek is out. Thanks all your advice this year. It's a crazy week 15. So no Tyreek Hill. Standard Garrett Wilson, Zay Flowers, or Jerome Ford. I am going to go with Jerome Ford barely. Second option there, obviously, is Garrett Wilson. Zay Flowers is last. There you go. The Tyreek news. Man, that's earth-shattering. It really is. What's weird about the Tyreek injury is how he responded when the injury happened. He got up and then sprinted off the field, and then he was gone for 2.5 quarters. Then he reemerged, caught a couple of ridiculous balls, and then exited again. Got treatment all week, and now is inactive. Yeah, I mean it's his ankle, it's his career, it's his feels. Who you got? Bears or Cleveland to win? I got the Browns. No question on the bye from John, but I wish you were still on SiriusXM. Everyone, please give this man a like on all the networks and email SiriusXM and tell them you want this man back. You can also just hit him up on social media. Look, I am open to return to radio. I'm going to make that very clear. I thought I made it clear in a lot of my social interactions and posts that I've had that is out there. If they are willing to welcome me back in the similar time slot that I had before, because it works on my schedule, I will bring Fun Buns with me and we'll pick up where we left off. I'm totally down with it. But, it's not my decision, and I have to respect and honor whoever's decision is. Maybe people hate me. I have no idea. Grant Sambo, pick up Dobbs or Cooks to fill for Tyreek. Sorry for the multiple questions. Cooks was also dealing with an illness. Seems to be going around like wide receiver rooms here. Give me Dobbs. Dobbs, a red zone threat. I'm going to have to figure this out too. I'm screwed. Jesse says McBride or Ferguson and Dolphins or Falcons. Thanks. I'm going to go Falcons over the Dolphins. And I'm going to go Ferguson barely over McBride. Tyreek is out. Yeah, I'm getting more of these. Tyreek is out. Yeah, all right. There's a whole bunch of high fives. I appreciate it. Oh, my God, Tyreek is out. FML. That's kind of how I feel. With Tyreek out, does that change your opinion on Waddle? It doesn't, because I think Jalen Waddle performs best when Tyreek is on the field, because the defenses have to scheme for Tyreek. Double team, safety comes over the top. All that attention now shifts to Jalen Waddle. You got a bad offensive line. Tua's going to be under intense pressure. Again, I think if there was a play here, it might be the Jets D. It might be the Jets period. The Jets may hang. They may pull off a shocker special today. And it's going to be windy and blustery on top. It's just a mess down there in Miami. And everything was so rosy like a couple of weeks ago. Oh, how quickly things can change. Need to sit 1.5 point PPR, Ridley, Walker, and Achan. Well, I tell you what, Ridley's going to play. I think Ridley's in. Walker, the prop market is not the strongest, and the Eagles really defend the run extraordinarily well. I don't feel great about it. Achan's got an enormous ceiling, but the downside is so low. I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to say Ridley and Achan, but again, I just don't feel the greatest about it. Cowboys are Cleveland-y, not the Cowboys. Give me Cleveland. With the Hurts news, D-Hop or Devontae Smith, go with DeAndre Hopkins. Really could change some things now if Jalen Hurts. He didn't travel with a team. That is not a great sign. He's like bedridden. Maybe he's got the flu. Zach Will or Bake May. I'm going to go Bake May on that one, taking on the Green Bay Packers. In Jigba or London, you don't want any vertical options, at least in my opinion, in the Atlanta-Carolina game. I'm going to go JSN. Murray or Hurts. Well, again, with Hurts being highly questionable now, bird in hand, man. Can't risk the zero. I go with Kyler Murray. Good luck on your Sunday. Good luck to you as well. All right. I got to wrap this sucker up. Do me a favor. A couple of things. One, don't forget Bleacher Report Sunday stream spectacular on the app coming up with Tank Williams and I here in like 15 minutes. So download it and get our booms, busts, and bank picks, all the latest news. Again, the Jalen Hurts is a bit of a curveball. The Tyreek Hill news is earth-shattering. I'll have weather updates as well. We'll break it all down like a 45, 50-minute broadcast on the Bleacher Report app. Tune in. We're going to answer your questions as well. Also watch live on the line every Monday through Friday at noon Eastern on the Valley Sports RSNs and on Stadium. You can stream the show for free. You don't have to log in or any of that nonsense at watchstadium.com/live. Watchstadium.com/live. Make sure you follow me on the X at Noisy Huevos, Instagram at Team Huevos as well. And I just appreciate all of you tuning in this broadcast every single week. Yes, I will be back next week, even with the holiday, and I'll be back the following Sunday, even with that holiday as well, that being New Year's Eve, to answer all of your pressing fantasy football and sports gaming questions. And again, if you want me back on air, you know what to do. Just reach out to people and say, hey, we want fun buns and noise to wield the sledgehammer. Daddy want, daddy need, daddy gotta have it. And maybe your dreams will come true in the new year. All right, I got to bounce. Again, watch me on Bleacher Report here in 15 minutes with Tank Williams. Until next time, good luck. What a week. Adios, amigos.